It's been a year since we bought this property and came out here and started our off-grid journey. The cabin was already here, and we, at the time, had one 2.5-year-old. Yeah, it was 2.5. And that was it. So we got to work on the inside of the cabin. We have no idea how long it had been since someone had spent time in here, but we knew that it needed a good cleaning. We had live and dead mice, live and dead bugs, and some water damage here and there, so a good cleaning was definitely in order. Put in a system so that we could have water, including a water tower and a little water heater, and made it work. We use the wood-burning stove.
It's going. Have the babysit it.
There was no solar. There still is no solar. We're getting on that. Mm-hmm. We bought a generator. We did all of the things to make this place habitable so that we can get the lay of the land and start improvements on the property and get a good idea of how to financially plan for what we needed to do next. Yell at David.
David! Stop it!
David.
It's like digging underneath the cabin right now.
Like right under us. And we found dogs, plural.
Yes. You kept the wrong one.
In this video, we're going to update you on all the big stuff we got into in 2024. Having a baby here, the solar container build, selling our house that renters wrecked, the dogs, the root cellar, the big driveway project, clearing for pasture. Everything we've touched on but haven't quite tied up. If there's one or two things you want to skip around to, check below in the description box. We have time-stamped the different subjects so that you can do that. I think the biggest thing that we've started on this year that has taken most of our time, effort, energy, and money has been getting ready for solar. We didn't build this cabin, so we weren't comfortable with the structure and what it could withstand. We didn't want to challenge that, so we decided to build this that you can kind of see behind us. We designed this structure using a 20-foot shipping container as a ready-made weather-tight locking storage area, which is crucial because we need a place to mount our inverters and keep our batteries that can't be invaded by animals, like the mice we dealt with in the cabin. The roof can support all 16 panels we have on hand, but has room for 32 when we want to expand. If you want to check out the DIY-friendly off-grid solar package we bought, we've linked it in the description of this video. We had hoped to have our solar finished completely by the time we had this baby. But we lost a few weeks here and there due to injury and weather, and then the baby came early. So we are essentially a month behind where we would have been without those issues. Once baby came, work kind of slowed down. It's kind of nice to spend a little bit of time.
Enjoy the baby.
Solar has paused for the last few weeks, but we're working on it again. Woody figured out all of the racking and how we wanted to do that. There was a lot of planning involved, and then the truck died.
Yes.
But right before the truck died, the excursion died. So neither one of our tow vehicles are able to do any towing right now. So there's no going to get materials to do the racking for the solar. So we're taking a break from the solar project until both of those vehicles are up and running. And thank God for AAA.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, really. Thank God for AAA.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it is what it is. We're ready for the next phase of solar, what's the next part of the project?
So we have two approaches to the solar project going forward. One is I clean out the back of the container and start studding in the insulated inverter battery setup in the back of the container, right? So I can do that while both vehicles are down, and I occasionally work on them to get them back up as parts come in.
As parts come in.
Yes.
My 2 cents on that. The weather's nice right now, and that's not going to be true much longer. Last year, this time, it was wet and cold real quick. So I kind of think that it would be a good idea to get on the roof as soon as possible. So getting the vehicles up and running and ready to go get steel kind of takes priority.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been 3.5 weeks since we had our baby out here. This is William. He is doing great. He is a solid 10 pounds. The other thing about Willie is that he was born cutting a tooth. Actually, multiple teeth. Not only are we in the transition from 1 kid to 2, which anyone with kids will tell you that's harder than going from no kids to 1 kid, for sure.
Yeah.
We're dealing with the teething phase at the same time. So hopefully he gets through this pretty quickly, because I'm tired. I'm tired, and there's really nothing we can give him. We're just all going through it.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm also doing great.
He does sort of take a pacifier sometimes. Wade never did that, so that is ever small but shining light.
Yeah. Right before we conceived, Wade stopped nursing, and then he also got potty trained during that time. So we got probably half of the pregnancy where he was sleeping in his own bed, and he was independent with food, not changing diapers, and now we're right back in it. We're right in the thick of it again.
Yeah.
To have a break is almost harder than to not have had a break at all.
Yeah.
You lose your mojo. The first 2.5 weeks or so, we had help from both sets of parents, so we didn't really get the 2-child experience until a week or so ago. You know, when kids are with their grandparents, they get to do a lot of different stuff that they don't get to do when they're with their parents, eat things that they don't get to eat when they're with their parents. And
get away with more.
Pretty much we got Wade back and he was relatively untrained. That added a little bit of hardship to it.
Relatively untrained on his normal program.
Yeah.
And now he has someone to compete with for attention. Yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah, big adjustment. But overall, I think we're doing fine. I've gotten out with both kids by myself a couple of times. Ripped the Band-Aid off on Saturday, drove an hour to a really good park that Wade loves with lots and lots of kids around. Went grocery shopping. All just me and the kids, and we survived. Some really awesome strangers took pity on me when we were loading our groceries or checking out. A mom and dad and their 2 girls that were maybe 8 and 10 said, "Can we please help you?" And I was more than happy to let them. So they loaded all my groceries into the cart, helped me get the cart out to the car, and then helped me get the groceries in my car. Yeah, I cried in my car for a few minutes after that. So
Because it was nice.
Yeah.
Not giving up.
No.
We don't do that.
But I did cry in my car. We were waiting until September 1st to sell our trailer back in North Carolina that we had lived in while we were building our barn dominium. We had tenants in it, which is why the date mattered. So update on that. Tenants are gone. We are fully done with them. The house went on the market for 4 hours. That's it, 4 hours.
Yeah.
By the end of that day, we had a signed offer for basically what we were asking, 2-week close, so we're waiting for that to happen. Proceeds from that sale, which is a lot more money than we anticipated it being,
Yeah.
will help us tremendously out here to not only replenish our savings after having spent as much money as we've spent out here on the excavator and all of the equipment that we've gotten for other projects, like the big blocks to do our retaining walls, or the mud mixer, or the stuff to do our water system, which is, you know, it all adds up. every one of these little projects adds up. Our savings could use the
little boost.
we could use the boost, yeah. Also, we want to buy another piece of equipment so that we can more or less fireproof this place with as much as is in our control.
Yeah.
Back in the spring, we faced the serious possibility of watching all our hard work go up in flames. A mentally ill man was burning cars and buildings in the national forest behind us, and local law enforcement didn't make stopping him a priority. Ultimately, a group of neighbors got together, found him in the next town over, and brought him to law enforcement. He's now in a facility, and it's unlikely he will be allowed to move back to this location, which is a relief because this drought would put us in much more danger. If you live anywhere near Northwest Arkansas, Southwest Missouri, Oklahoma, you know we are in a pretty significant drought right now. We had originally planned on doing a water collection system off the back of our solar hub building, and we have everything to do that. We're still going to do that. But at this point in the year, we would have to be trucking in water for the rest of the year to have water because because there's no rain. There's been no rain. It doesn't seem like there's going to be rain anytime soon, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So we're getting the well done.
Game changer. Water's important. So
it's drilled. We ended up at how many feet?
645 feet. Produces 25 gallons per minute, and static level I think is at like 230 feet. Currently getting bids and quotes for the pump that we're going to use, and we're going to try our hand at doing bore line for our draw tube, or whatever you want to call it, the down pipe, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. So that I can install it myself pretty quickly. And yeah, the proceeds will go towards that because the well wasn't cheap. About $18 a foot.
$18 a foot.
So you can do the math.
Yeah, we're going to do full cost breakdowns on all of this stuff once it's completed, but we're waiting until the end to add everything up.
Yeah.
for our sake.
So priorities here, I think our priorities might be a little different than most people when they get a property like this and they do their thing. They focus on trying to, bring a little tiny home in there or an RV, and then they try to build their main house, right? Yeah. We're going more towards getting this up to
the cabin
spec. Yeah, the cabin up to spec enough that we can live in it with 2 kids and work on making more kids for the foreseeable future, and focus on preparing the land for raising our own food. We have to clear quite a bit. Initial clears are going to be perimeter to keep fire breaks and so we don't light on fire.
And to buy all of our fencing material, or a good amount of fencing material to start out, so that when we do have areas cleared, we can go ahead and move on to getting animals sooner rather than later. Having the well, having solar, and having the equipment to do that, huge for us. And to each his own. I understand people wanting to build a nice house. We originally thought we were going to do another cabin pretty soon here. We're going to wait a while on that so that we can do the animal side of things, because ultimately we want a full homestead here.
Yeah.
If you're new around here and you haven't seen all our videos, we're going to catch you up to speed on some other projects we've worked on that have not been completed and truly have been put on the back burner. So here we go. The driveway.
Yes.
We spent a significant amount of time this year at a neighbor's place learning how to use the excavator, getting the excavator figured out, mechanically.
Yeah, fixing it.
Lots of fixes needed to happen because it is a Japanese machine. It is used and
Probably never serviced once.
Yeah, probably never.
Because it's low hours, but yeah.
Yeah. So we spent a couple of months at the neighbor's place helping to make sure that they weren't going to flood again. Because
Building them a driveway.
They're doing the same thing that we're doing. And part of what we're trying to achieve out here is a community. So we worked on their place, built them a driveway, and when we do get the next piece of equipment, we're going to be able to go back there, load up our dump trailer, and bring all the gravel from their creek that we want up here to finish our driveway. We still have to buy culverts for that, but we have our excavator, we have a dump trailer now, and soon we'll have the rest of the equipment we need to get that done in relatively short order. So hopefully next spring our driveway will not be like a mudslide.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the driveway, that's on, as you said, put off till we get to it.
Yeah, I want power before I care about fixing this driveway.
Yeah. So the next project that we haven't started but got the parts for is the root cellar. Oh, what is that thing?
10 by 15.
10 foot by 15 foot tall tank, water tank, steel, that we're going to turn into a root cellar, bury it somewhere on the property and do all that. So that's been put off as well because, once again, power, water takes precedent.
And we don't know where we're going to put it.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going to put it yet. So.
Yeah. But that's in the works. And when it's done, it's going to be fantastic for us because we've now found a source for a whole cow around here that we can buy semi-annually. And then hopefully within the next 3 years, we'll be able to supply our own beef. We also have a lady who sells us milk that raises pork. And so for the first time ever, in the freezer at Grandma's house, we have a whole hog that we've been nibbling off.
It's a milk-fed hog.
Yeah.
And it tastes
so
amazing.
Like, so good.
Like, the ham steaks taste like steak, like beef. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sweet.
Probably the first animals that we'll have out here are going to be chickens again and pigs.
Yeah.
Before we get
the fencing up and the grass growing enough for cattle. So, because we're gonna have to wait a whole season for the grass to go to seed before we can start grazing.
To have good roots, and
yeah.
So we're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. But it makes us a lot more excited now that we've actually had that quality of pork. But because we have the resources around here now figured out for getting those things, we're a lot closer to meeting that root cellar so that we can process and can our beef and pork and all that stuff and have a place to put it. There's really no food storage in the cabin.
No.
That won't change when we get electricity. We'll probably get a full-size freezer then, at least a small one, and a deep freezer for outside on the porch because they do make outdoor deep freezers now. But yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Yes.
For the record, we're running with no electricity other than what we get with the generator. We don't have a refrigerator because we don't have consistent power. So we've been running on composting toilet, big battery, and for refrigeration, Ice chest, yeah. And
with all that, with the logistical troubles of 2 kids in a car, getting them, wrangling Wade and going out to the grocery store, getting ice. We've been running just a cooler with ice and getting ice every couple days.
We finally have a new toy that will make it to where instead of having to constantly run back and forth to Grandma's house to get stuff out of the freezer or to run to the gas station and get more ice, we can keep things refrigerated here.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. We'll touch on that later.
We're going to test it out today. This afternoon we're going to go get groceries and have dinner in the park with some friends about an hour away. So we're going to stop by the grocery store, put all of our groceries in it, we'll plug it in here before we leave and test it out. being able to run this off of our big battery to take it with us in the back of the car whenever we do drive quite a distance to go to the grocery store means that we can keep it in the car, have it cooled off, have our groceries in it, and not have to immediately run home or wait till the end of the day to go to the grocery store. So it frees us up to run other errands when we're in town, not have to buy ice constantly, and really be able to do more when we do go make those big trips.
No more wet food.
Yeah, and our food will never be wet. One of my greatest sadnesses out here has been that, you know, all of your stuff, it gets wet either through condensation or whatever package it's in is not watertight. So like any of your bagged cheese, like boxes of butter and stuff.
And then meat, it ends up thawing out, and then the juices make their way through a small hole in the bag and fill the whole entire cooler with meat juice. So we don't have that anymore, hopefully. Dave
found
is
you.
a squatter, actually. He's a squatter.
That's probably the most accurate description
So yeah, like,
of Dave.
I don't know, 4 or 6 months ago, something like that, Dave showed up on our property one day.
Loved you immediately.
Loved me immediately, and after 2 days of hanging out and getting fed and me pulling, and our neighbors pulling ticks off him, it's a group effort, he became overly attached and now just is the most...
There was no getting rid of Dave. There was no rehoming Dave.
No. The most loving, but also absolutely taxing animal.
It's like being stalked. Like,
yeah.
Really.
By a really rambunctious, furry little creep. So, no, he's cool. He's very loving. He's very funny.
It took us months to teach him fetch, though.
Yeah, we made a mistake, I think, because now that's all he wants to do at all times. It's either eating or fetching. That's it. I think he has like pica.
Yeah.
He doesn't just chew on trees and plants and grass. He will chew on plastic, eat rocks.
He eats my socks whole.
And poops them out whole. Yeah.
Kitchen towels.
Kitchen towels.
Yep. We can't let him in the cabin because he will eat just normal objects.
Yeah, he chews on baby gates.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
So.
I don't know about that guy.
Oh, hold on, Weedy. Come here, sit on my lap.
But where's your present?
It's over here.
Ah!
I think it's a bulb. Is it a bulb?
Maybe.
Maybe. Look at that. Oscar the Orca, maybe?
Probably. Don't put these boxes.
Okay, go get your shoes.
Okay, go put your shoes on.
Go put your shoes on. Go. Go, go, go.
So, that's what we've got going on here at the cabin. Those are the big updates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to check out the fridge.
Yes, let's check it out. You ready, Dave? Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That thing is sick.
I put my shoes on.
Oh, good job, Wade.
What is this?
This is our new fridge. Look at that. All right, Wade, congratulations. You have a new box.
I'm going to put this box inside the other box.
Great. Do it, do it, do it. Great.
Close up. I'm going to close it up so it won't lose the stuff. It needs the tap. Daddy, I got a gift for you.
You got a gift for me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pull it. Pull the baggie. Pull the baggie off the bottom.
Good job, buddy. Pull, pull, pull.
Keep pulling.
Keep pulling.
Pull
Walk
it.
away with it. Walk away with it.
Pull it.
You're standing on it, honey.
Oh, I didn't know that. I can't tell.
I didn't notice either.
Okay, there
You
we go.
did it. Good job.
So it has spring handles.
I'll get this.
This is the Rocky 65 from Bose RV, and first impressions are looking pretty good.
We got the controls right here for left and right fridge, settings, power.
Nice.
Looks like you can plug in a USB, couple USBs to charge stuff.
Open it up, let's see it. What kind of space do we have? Wow. That's the same amount of space that we have in the ice chest, only we won't have anything taken up by ice. So it's actually more space. And it does have a drain on the bottom right here. Ah.
So we got 2-tier things. We got a little shorty one that sits inside of a bigger one. So you can usually just like get these out and clean it without having to hand carry every single piece out.
Nice.
Which is pretty sweet. Same thing over here. Boom. It's labeled right and left.
Okay,
and then,
so you know which zone you're messing with then.
Yeah. So they do have a even bigger model than this, Rocky 75.
Dang.
So we are the, if there was a middle one, it'd be the middle one. It's the second largest one. But we got 2 different plugs. We got one that's your automotive, and then one that's in the inverted plug.
Sweet.
So it does 12 volt and 120.
Nice. Well, let me pull the car up and we can...
And they do have an optional detachable battery.
Yes, they do. Cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I mean, this is going to be pretty awesome for when we do have to do road trips. We can take all of our food with us, and it'll actually last.
It's pretty awesome. I'm stoked. The detachable battery, which is optional, doesn't come with it, goes in this guy right here. Right? You got your fused 12 volt, 24 volt. It does both. So, I mean, this is an international, it's literally an international model. Like, it'll do 24 volt, 12 volt, and 120, 240, and you can plug solar directly into it.
Okay, after a year of more or less living with an ice chest, this is so cool.
So, we haven't played with it yet.
All right, I'm going to pull the car up,
Okay.
and then we can play with it.
Yes. Not yet, buddy. We got it. We're gonna put the cooler in and plug it in, and then we'll go to the store.
I will put it inside.
You're gonna help me put that thing in there?
Yeah.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big, buddy. Do it.
I got muscles. I got really strong muscles.
Agree. You do have very strong muscles. Let me see that muscle. Let me feel it. Tighten up these muscles right here. Tighten them up. Oh, yeah. Ooh, now I can feel them. Nice. All right, I think you're strong enough. Mama's cleaning out the stuff right now. That thing has a plug in the back, right? I want to say it does. Oh, yeah. Dude, this is an overlanding vehicle. I don't know if you knew it. Last fall time frame, we went through 6 tires on this vehicle.
David.
All right. All right, yeah, help. Underneath. There you go.
Good job,
There
buddy.
you go. Keep walking. You gotta get up on your feet. Stand up. Okay. Yeah.
All right, big lift, buddy.
Big lift. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, big push.
Okay.
Daddy, pick both of these up.
What is happening?
Because
Oh, it's got a really tight. So you gotta like put it like this and then
get this. Get these.
squeeze it.
You
Oh yeah, that's tight.
Oh, that's not coming out.
No.
have to get this.
Okay, we're on. So left is at max. So F1.
Have you looked in the instructions at all?
Nope. I should probably do that. Oh, it has a thingy on the side here. Hold on. Okay, on, off, zone temperature control. Okay.
I'm gonna check on Willie.
Okay, they're both set to -4. Okay, so looking at the recommended things here. So the left box can't be lower than the right box. So the right box will be the freezer. Left box will be the fridge.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right, we got it set.
All right, let's load up then.
All right. Mwah, so cool.
Very exciting.
So cool. It's already down to 66 on the left side. Hopefully by the time we get there. Okay, first load up. Let's see where we're at temperature wise. 36 and 21.
36 and 21.
Yeah. So left side's 36. That's our deli stuff.
That thing closes, doesn't it?
Well, it's yeah, I can't go over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Food and stuff.
Do you have time for upside down thing?
You don't. I'm sorry.
Did we buy some at the grocery store?
No.
We got ice cream sandwiches though.
Give me some ice cream sandwiches.
Oh yeah, at the park. We're gonna eat some food and then we'll have our ice cream sandwiches at the park.
This?
Okay.
We ended up taking the cooler to Grandma's house and just plugging it into the wall so that it could get down to temperature overnight. It took a full 12 hours for it to actually reduce to temp, but it works and it only wavers within 3 degrees of what you set it at. So once it was cool, we took it out to the cabin with our battery fully charged so that we could do a test of what it would actually draw and how long this could last for us at normal temperature. We're only going to be running it as a refrigerator for now, since we're not really needing frozen stuff at the moment, but it should be a decent test.
Well, I'm gonna have to take this out.
Okay.
I think 35. How's this thing? Oh, there must be like a little piece of metal or something in here that closes the switch inside. That's the only thing I can think of.
Cool.
She's at 30, so it's not even really drawing anything right now.
Okay.
0.
All right. Well, let's see how long it takes to...
Oh, I made a huge mess.
Oh. Dang it.
Enjoy.
The big battery was only down by 18% after 12 hours. This means we can probably run the fridge for 2 days before we need to recharge the battery. Soon, when our solar is up and running, we'll be able to plug this straight into an outlet. Thanks again to Bouge RV for sending this for us to try. No more soggy food around here. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing. We're building the generational off-grid homestead of our dreams, and we love to have you along for the ride.